The Saints have been officially eliminated as the Bucks win the South and the 7th seed is no longer attainable. However, this victory that the Saints got against the Eagles was a massive victory for the state of the Saints and their future as well. Majority of this season was bad, but we found a way to have a not so bad ending. I might make a video for the future of the Saints, but right now I just want to talk about the present. First off, I want to talk about the offense. A way better performance today. To say we went against the number 1 pass defense in the league and kind of cooked them in the first half is crazy. I don't think most people saw this coming. Except me. I knew the Saints were going to beat the Eagles since the first game of the season. In the second half, our offense heavily declined from just silly stuff. Andy Dalton had a good game today, 8 for 22, 1 interception, but just some of the stuff he does is so questionable. I don't think Dalton has ever thrown the ball away instead of taking a sack. Okay, so I was wrong about that. He might have thrown it like 2 or 3 times away, but he still costs us a lot. Alright, I got an example right here. Just look at this. Masterclass. Andy can't find no one. Getting pressured, he runs all the way back, like 50 yards back, and gets sacked for like 90 yards, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man. I definitely want to see Jameis given a chance in the final game versus the Panthers. Just give the man a chance with this new Saints team. Saints are a completely different team than they were in the beginning. There's literally nothing to lose. Jameis with Shaheed and Olave would be insane. Let them cook. Oh, and Shaheed? Rashid Shaheed is an absolute stud. I made a video about him last week, and I really believe he is proving my point more and more every single game. Shaheed today was 6 for 6 for 79 yards. He had a huge play today that should have gone for a touchdown, but sadly, Andy Dalton doesn't have the arm to throw that far, so he underthrew him. He is finally creating a name for himself as I see him get more and more recognition. This might be a little bold, but I truly believe Shaheed could be wide receiver 1 for this team. It would either be between him and Michael Thomas when he comes back, if he comes back. Next up, Juwan Johnson. He had a pretty good game today. He was 5 for 7 for 62 yards. Juwan has definitely solidified himself for me. He's ranked 2nd in tight ends with touchdown, behind Travis Kelce. He goes out there every single game and always does something. However, I do not believe he is better than Shaheed. Same goes for Olave. Chris Olave is also an absolute stud. He's like a mini Michael Thomas in the aspect that if you give him a good throw, he'll always catch it. But what makes him different is that he really struggles when it comes to contested catches. I've seen this firsthand. When you give him a difficult catch, he'll most likely not come down with it. I got some examples of what I'm talking about right here. These two are from the game against the Cardinals. Here, Andy Dalton just easy pass. He'll always catch this. 10 times out of 10, he'll always catch this. He'll always catch it. If it's not contested, he'll always catch it. But right here, Andy Dalton throws, and boom, loses the ball just like that. He had full control, but he lost it. I don't know why he struggles so much when it's even contested a little. It might be just being too weak. He might have to put on a bit of muscle. I don't know, man. But I do feel as if he gets hit a lot. He's taking some big hits his rookie season, bro. I'm not gonna lie. But back on track. He's still good though. And Olave was definitely a good pick. And I believe he could win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Kamara and Taysom had themselves a game versus the Eagles. They had a combined 30 carries for 120 yards. I'm sad it took Pete Carmichael this long to realize that when you give them the ball, they will make stuff happen, especially in the end zone. If he told anybody that you don't use your best players in the end zone, you would be ridiculed. It doesn't take a football guru to apply that concept. Good players make stuff happen. On the topic of Pete Carmichael, he definitely needs to go. He should either be offensive coordinator or just simply cut. He cannot call any more for the Saints offense. He is terrible at it. The way he uses Kamara and just the lack of use of Kamara and other players is just kind of astounding. Now we get to the defense. Wow. This defense is amazing. They are so good. Held the Eagles, who averaged 30 points a game, to 10 points. You might blame Minshew, but last week versus the Cowboys, Minshew and the Eagles offense put up 34 points. I don't think it's a coincidence that in the last 5 games, the Saints have held offenses to under 20 points. Two that definitely stand out are the Eagles and 49ers. These two teams' offenses are dominating the league, but they only scored 13 and 10 points against the Saints. Like for the Eagles, you have so many games where they drop 38, 24, 24, 29, 35, 40, 48, 25, 35, and then you just have this one singular game against the New Orleans Saints. They only dropped 10 points. That is their lowest amount of points this whole season, bro. Now for the 49ers, the game against the Saints wasn't their lowest scoring game, but I don't think the first half of the season counts as, they're not the same team that they were in the first half. So in their winning streak since week 8 to week 17, when they played against the Saints, they only scored 13 points compared to other games where they got 38, 33, 35, 21, 37, 37. Like, bro, this is not a coincidence. I don't know what Dennis Allen is doing, but it seems to be working. However, there are some very questionable things he does. For example, why is Paulson Adebo our second most snapped person in this defense? Alontae Taylor didn't play a single snap versus the Eagles. Alontae is so much better than Adebo, it's actually kind of crazy. Adebo single-handedly cost us a touchdown today, and he just cost us games in general. He isn't Taylor. He isn't faster than Taylor, smarter than Taylor, better than Taylor, and definitely not more clutch than Taylor. Man, I sound like a hater. Start Alontae Taylor. Him and Marshawn would be unstoppable. So as I'm recording this, I just heard that Alontae Taylor is going to be starting on Sunday because Paulson Adebo got hurt. So we're going to finally get to see Marshawn Lattimore and Alontae Taylor, man. Man, I'm not gonna lie, I'm so excited, bro. I think we're gonna give the Panthers like maybe 3 points to max, bro. Like they're not going nowhere, bro. I'm gonna be real. Alright, back to the video. Oh, and Marshawn. Oh, Marshawn. He single-handedly won us this game. I knew the Saints would have won if Marshawn came back. I don't know why. I always just had a good feeling. And that's what he did. He got a pick 6 in his first game back. That's insane. Cam Jordan is a Saints legend, and he solidified it today as he became the franchise sack leader. He is the GOAT. Grando is also proving to be really good in these last 3 games that he got to play. He should definitely be a starter, and I just feel he's a good addition to the team. He seems to have really good chemistry already too. Aiden Ellis is really good. We need to resign him during the offseason. Him, Pete Werner, and Demario Davis are monsters. Huge contributors to our defense being so good. Is it crazy to say that they might actually be the best linebacker trio in the NFL? I don't think so. In general, we had very minimal penalties today. That is good. We can't have us losing games due to ourselves. Amazing victory today, and if we get this win against the Panthers, it would be such an amazing way to wrap up one of our worst seasons. This was largely due to Dennis Allen in the first half. I don't know what he did, but he seems to be working now at the very end. I'm indifferent towards him, but as I said, I don't really want to talk a lot about the offseason right now. And one last thing I want to point out, this Eagles loss against the Saints cost him their draft pick a lot. That pick, and I know firsthand, he's a stink Saints fan. It hurt a lot. But it's good that it finally dropped from like the 6th pick to around 16th or 17th. Editing me here, Yeah, it didn't go to 16. It went to like 10. So that trade seemed to not be that bad, as we got Olave out of it. That is really all I want to talk about, but I just want to say one thing. The Vikings are frauds. We needed them to win today, and they lost 41-3. How did that even happen? But I digress. I hope you enjoyed the video, and let me know what y'all want to see next. Peace.